I am Mariam Oyejide. I'm a rising sophomore at Howard University. I'm a psychology major, biology and criminology double minor. This summer, I am looking at behavioral and neural data to see if there are any significant correlations in participants' brain activity while performing various decision-making tasks. The part of the project that I'm looking forward to the most is meeting with participants and being able to take their data and analyze it on my own. Since I'm so early into my research career, the lab and Dr. Noh have done a really good job, I would say, in preparing me to meet with the participants, especially since they're older adults, and by also teaching me a lot of different skills that I can use later on in my research career.
My name is Sharon Noh, and I am a postdoc in Dr. Aaron Bornstein's lab. So Mariam was very eager to get involved in really all aspects of research. So she's a little bit younger relative to the rest of the cohort. And so she hasn't had a ton of experience with hands-on research. And so she is really doing everything from collecting human participant data in both younger and older adults. Working with older adults can be a special challenge because you have to be very sensitive to their the fact that a lot of them are maybe not the most confident about their memory abilities. A lot of them have been out of school for a while. And so these kinds of tasks might be challenging for them. She also has been learning how to score and interpret those neuropsychological test batteries. She's also working on data entry and analyses. So she's going to be looking at, we collect these neuroimaging measures as well, looking at individual differences in brain anatomy, and she's going to basically be seeing if there's any relationship between people's individual differences in their brain anatomy and see if it translates to different memory tasks and decision-making tasks to see what regions seem to predict good or bad performance on memory measures and then also decision-making measures.
Hi. My name is Aaron Bornstein, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Cognitive Sciences and the Center for the Neurobiology of Learning and Memory here at UC Irvine. The mission of the lab is to understand how memory and decision-making function apart and in concert with one another, and how these functions change across the lifespan from early development into older age, and then how our understanding of these functions can inform the understanding of what are thought of as psychiatric disorders and perhaps their eventual treatment. So we've been working with the Summer Scholars Program for 3 years now, and each year we have 1 or 2 individuals join the lab who either accelerate the progress of an ongoing project or even sometimes push research in entirely new directions. Mariam is working on a project that allows us to understand whether decision-making changes that we see in older adults may be attributed to memory changes that are happening in those older adults. And if so, whether we could use that as an early marker for the kinds of cognitive decline that are involved in things like Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. The idea here is that we can potentially have a behavioral marker that allows us to predict the onset of these diseases, potentially even in someone's 40s or their 30s, and in a very cheap way that allows us to run it multiple times a year rather than thousands of dollars needed to do an MRI or blood screen or even a spinal tap, which is the current state of the art.